She said that with some help from the group, she's changed her presentation. So I think you're going to enjoy this. Those of you that haven't seen it, Robyn, thanks so much for coming back. Tell us about Veterans Ascend. Welcome. Let's give her a round of applause.
And as Amy said, thank you for being here in the cold. So I am Robyn Grable. I'm the creator of Veterans Ascend. At Veterans Ascend, we are breaking employment barriers by changing the way employers find and hire great talent, our military veterans. So just to kind of set the stage, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Small Business Index reported that 80% of businesses state that it is important to hire veterans for their businesses, but only 1 in 10 actually targeted and recruited military veterans in this past year. So we're here to change that. And we can need your help by introducing us to companies, CEOs, founders of companies, CFOs, of companies that have at least 10 employees. And we'll talk about a little bit why in a little bit. All right, so I did serve in the United States Navy for 9 years. I'm very proud of that. But when I transitioned out, I was told, you're a female, you can get a job as an administrative assistant because no one will understand what you did in the military. So I had to start over. And fast forward about 22 years while working for a major corporation, doing the same job I was doing when I was in the Navy. And while finishing my master's, I met an Army veteran's wife who told me that her husband had been out for about 6 months. He couldn't find a job, he was getting depressed, feeling worthless, and she didn't know how to help him. That was really the catalyst for me, plus what I went through. Something said, that just can't happen. We can't let that happen to our veterans, and why is this happening? So, with my 30 years of HR experience, and a lot of years of recruiting, I spent 3 years kind of researching and understanding the barriers between veterans and employers, and we launched Veterans Ascend. So what are the barriers? 95% of veterans get filtered out when applying for jobs online, and less than 1% of HR managers have any military knowledge to understand how that veteran's skills fit into their organization. So what does that result in? Less interviews and then less job offers at the skill level that that veteran brings to the table. Thus the second problem. 33% of veterans are underemployed, but yet 38 out of 50 top industries are employing veterans at lower pay rates than non-veterans, making the veterans still a very undervalued talent pool in the marketplace. But all these studies will tell you that veterans, on average, will perform at higher levels and have lower turnover. So the reality is that understanding a military resume and how those skills fit into your company or that hiring manager's company make it so that that veteran is going to be employed at a lower paying job than their skills match. So really the problem is the translation of military occupations into skills. So when you look at, we take infantry as the best example. Most people think when you say infantry, you think of security, and that's really all you think that an infantry person can do. But when you look at the job description for infantry, and really all the military occupations, they don't just do what their title implies. They get thousands of hours of training in all other kinds of occupations, because when they're out on deployments and out on missions, they're doing more than one job. They're handling more than one thing than their title implies. If you look at their job description and you see computer fundamentals, risk management, strategic thinking, things like that. So the problem is there are military skills translators on the market, but what happens is they don't take into account the actual skills that that veteran learns and how that veteran can take those skills into a new industry, into a new occupation, and then they still require the veteran to apply for those jobs online, thus putting them back into that 95% cycle that gets filtered out. So we started from scratch. We took all these barriers and we designed a skills translation engine that uses unique data sets and algorithms to translate military occupations into a skills profile and then match employers with a veteran based on those skills profiles. Our system does not use a resume and does not require the veteran to apply. Instead, our technology searches through thousands of skills profiles and aligns them with an employer's and skills needs, instantly matching them with a skilled talent candidate and cutting through all the noise of the unqualified candidates that you'll get with other applications. We We instantly give that veteran the opportunity for a great career in something that they may not have ever found online, they may not have ever thought they were qualified for, but we're matching them on those skills. So by reversing the hiring process, we're actually translating those skills and making it easy for the veteran to know what they're good at and for the employer to see, I need these skills, this veteran has those skills, and it connects for that interview. It's a direct connection for the interview. We want to put the right person in the right job and do that quickly and effectively, saving time and money. So with your help, connecting with, again, employers that have at least 10 employees, we can help those companies get faster results, have a better process, a simpler hiring process, create a better experience for the veteran and the employer, decrease spending, increase their profits, and end veteran underemployment. Thank you.
Fantastic, Robyn. Thank you. Someone really
No fire alarms today.
awesome help with that presentation there. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so ideas, thoughts, questions for Rob?
I got one immediately.
Yeah.
How do
Okay,
you-
we'll start from
Okay.
front and move back a little bit. How's that?
So a lot of jobs,
James, just tell us your
like
age.
White Walker, we've talked before, but a lot of jobs nowadays, they filter out immediately based on your degree. How do you mitigate some of these people, like in the infantry, don't have a degree? How do you, does your filter accomplish that somehow?
Yes, so we don't use a resume, we don't have the employer require a degree. They can ask for one, and the veteran can put their degree on their skills profile, but it's not a requirement. We're matching on skills, location, and salary. Those are the three top criteria. And that the 95% does include filtering out for education, but it's more so the military occupations. So if I'm stationed in Hawaii for 3 years, my title may be a certain title, and then I may go to Guam for 7 months, and my title is something else. When you put that on a resume, the filters don't understand that I have now 5 years of experience, not just 3 years of experience. Does that make sense? So that's really how they're getting filtered out, and it's a big issue.
And you're not a job offer.
Exactly, exactly.
Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm George Stewart. I can see the value of this to veterans and why a veteran would say, hey, this is the greatest thing. What I don't see is, as an employer or a prospective employer, why I would go to Veterans Ascend instead of just going to Indeed or Monster or a headhunter to find someone, including a veteran. So why would I want, what's the sales pitch here to the prospective employer, which I assume is actually your prospective customer, right?
Correct. Yes, so employers pay a subscription fee. It's all free for veterans. So all those job boards, when you think about one job on one job board for 1 month, it's about $300. And that's just for one job. And they get thousands of unqualified candidates that their hiring managers have to filter through. That takes hours of their time. Thousands of dollars are spent on that. Or if you go to a traditional recruiter, they charge 15 to 30% of the first annual salary to place one person. So the cost associated with those other programs is astronomical compared to what we're doing. We're cutting through all that noise at a very small price point to what they're doing. We can also open this up. We're working on it now to create a military spouse module, which really opens it up to all civilians eventually, and that's in our business plan. Why would they come to us? Because we're cutting through that noise. We're saving them time. Every company is struggling to find great talent, and the number one complaint is they can't find skilled talent for what they're looking for. But they know what they need. So I need heavy equipment operator, I need equipment maintenance, I need team leader. Those are the 3 top skills I need. How do I find that on Indeed? You're not going to do it quickly. Does that answer your question?
Did that answer your question, George?
Well, it does in part, but again, if I'm a prospective employer and I'm looking for that heavy equipment operator, why would I limit myself to veterans? Right? If I want to include a veteran, that's great, but why would I limit myself to veterans?
Well, the return on the investment is gonna be, I mean, veterans come with a lot of training.
Oh, of course.
So, right, there's all those things that go into why you wanna hire a
Oh,
veteran.
absolutely, absolutely. But my question is, as what's,
Why just veterans?
how do you pitch this to a prospective employer who's gonna say, well, I still need to go to somewhere else to look at the rest of the.
But why would you if you can fill your position with a veteran?
Can I help correct some gap here?
Yes,
Just a little bit, at least here's what I'm hearing. First of all, how many veterans do we have in the audience? Okay. Thank you very much. Yes, have they, yes, Jess?
Include parents of veterans.
Yes,
Include
and
what?
family members.
Parents of veterans, okay. Who have served in active military service. Thank you. Thank you all for your service, because this country is what it is because of what the contributions you made. So, if you're a veteran, or if you feel any affinity, if anything in your mind, so that just went, whoop, I like that, and you relate to the fact that you appreciate people that sign on the line, and in whatever capacity they served, and really they said, look, my life is here, I give this for my country if needed, but I'm gonna do my job, okay? That to me says, I wanna hire people like that because they have skills, they have discipline, they have time understanding, they have teamwork, they have a lot of things that the rest of us are still trying to figure out, okay? They got taught that early on. To me, that's a tremendous value. That's what I see your value prop is, and you're opening a conduit or a portal for people that say, you know what? Companies like Mako Medical, you've heard of that, Mako Medical, they have their logistics are entirely focused on veterans. They only hire veterans. Okay, great prospect for you. Hope you follow up on that.
They just got an award from the Department of Labor.
Sorry to talk so long, but I wanted to bridge that thought. Excellent. Let's go to Jess and then Bob, and then let's keep the energy going.
I'm a parent
Thank
of
you.
veterans who are currently employed. I had a specific question for you about National Guard. These are soldiers, so they're a part of the Army, but one of the things that they're doing a lot is, and they'll come on and go in at 18 and go in the Guard, and then they'll redeploy and they'll come out, and they'll redeploy and they'll come out. And they have a specific problem because they'll deploy for a year, and then they'll come out and they'll need a job. So I just want to put that bug in here that I know a lot of these guys, and they really need help when they come out off of deployment. Sometimes they'll just sit on a bench for a while and then look for a way to redeploy. I guess the Middle East has had no problem with that, but giving them jobs. But they do have skills. They really do, and they learn them while they're on the job over there. Almost like you're talking about, I know firsthand.
You have two boys in the service?
You got one's in Kuwait and one's instead of going to Syria, it's Saudi Arabia.
Fantastic. Thank you. All right, now we had a few late numbers. You folks are going to put you on the spot now. You're live in a concert with 1 million cups. You got to participate. Add your energy to what's going on here. The question, the ideation, and okay, Bob.
I'd like to refer to the gentleman here.
Yes, yeah. Give him a thought. Give him a moment to think.
Okay.
You need
I'll get him one. I'll get him one.
Like the deer in the headlights.
Rob, you did a good job really streamlining the presentation.
Thank
One
you.
thought that came to mind: does the Department of Defense have any money available that they throw at this problem? I'm assuming they probably do, because this problem's been around for a while. Right?
Yes, so the Department of Defense does have a lot of programs, and when you think about it, it's in their best interest to do that, because if a military veteran gets out and can't get a job, they're paying unemployment,
Okay.
right? So it is in their best interest. However, the problem with that is, it's like turning the Titanic here. They are mired in the same process. They think applying for jobs online is the answer, but they don't really see the problem. And yes, they have money, but
I think it's a conversation to take to that guy named Justice over at NC State. He's the kind of guy that would try and push the right buttons. And what I'm thinking is, if you can get access to a pool of money, take the risk away from the employer and say, look, we're going to pay you to take this person for a year. We're going to give you $5,000. Or some percentage of whatever the salary is. Flip the recruiting fee onto the other way. And if they stay with it a year, you're going to pay us back that money plus 20% or 30% or whatever you want your fee to be. And I think that you'll de-risk not only de-risk the process for the employer, you'll also give them training money. Because there's gonna have to be some training about the job to match the skills so that everything finally aligns and the person is really, there's gonna be a learning curve of some kind, right? And as a former employer who would have loved to employ veterans, there would have always been a learning curve on, you know, when can you trust them to do the job that I do. So I think that this would be an interesting business model if you would, because you would only really need to get the pool of capital one time, 500 grand, $1 million, whatever it is, to get the ball rolling. Once you started to get people cashed out of the program, and you figure out whatever the demand is, I think you'd be off and rolling.
Okay.
So a couple things, just
What I'm
to-
gonna ask you is tell us for the next 5 minutes, okay, or the next 8 minutes, what you want us to focus on most, that will be of most help to you as this community, so we can steer our thoughts toward that.
So the obvious answer is we need revenue. So an idea like that, to bring in some money to create a program like that would be great. Connections for that. Again, connections to employers who are looking to hire great talent. Just introduce us so that we can tell them about our program and show them why using Veterans Ascend is going to be the only method they'll need to find great talent. So that would be our ask for today, and great.
Okay, let's go to Mike and then we'll come back.
Cool. So quickly, just like spot of encouragement. Like it's so cool to hear what you're doing in your unique background as both a veteran and somebody who's an HR professional, and understanding the current hiring paradigms in so many organizations, and then also the pain points of veterans. So I don't know. I think it's super cool to hear how uniquely qualified you are to solve this problem. Second, just pointed recommendation. It would be awesome to hear more about the unique pain points that employers have and what they're looking for and how their current hiring paradigm works. So just a thought for the future. And then third, before I worked at Berkshire, I worked at Allstate Insurance, and they were just recognized as one of the highest, one of the best companies for veterans to work for. And I got a connection there I could connect you with, who he's on, in some capacity, the veterans program, but that might be a valuable contact.
That would be wonderful. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you, Mike. Yes, please.
I don't know how relevant this is to your second need of yours, but I recently discovered that business schools attract an absolute load of veterans, and probably for the reason that it's difficult to get jobs, so they go to business school. I don't know if there may be some merit with kind of collaborating with business schools, because a lot of companies go and recruit there, and sort of then maybe through the business school getting those connections, some other companies that come to recruit, since a good portion of the people they're probably recruiting just happen to also be veterans, and sort of talking with them, and maybe through that getting a couple high profile, sort of connections or insights into how this could all pan out.
That's a great idea. Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna go to Dominic, then we're gonna give you 60 more seconds. And then you're just gonna say how my name is, I'm glad to be here, and these are my thoughts, okay? 60 seconds.
So just two things connected for me in the back row here. With the grant money, if you could get something like that, there's a lot of jobs out there, particularly in the insurance or the finance industry, thinking about my employer as well, where a lot of the incoming employees have to get certain licenses or designations, and that's an out-of-pocket expense that a veteran who doesn't have a job can't necessarily afford. So maybe if you do get some of the grant money, maybe part of the process is that you can front, or you can give a grant to the veteran if they are employed, or if they do get a job or a contract with an employer, to be able to get the designations and the licenses that they do need, and that way you've bridged that gap for both the employers, so they don't have to be responsible and take care of that, as well as the veterans, so that they can afford to do it.
Absolutely. Good
Awesome.
idea.
Right. Okay, here's Brad. Can you hold your thought for a second? Okay. All right, man, you can hold your thought. You guys go, we'll go Brad, Carol, and then we'll wrap from there.
I'm Chester. What partnerships have you made what partnerships are you making? What partnerships would you like to have?
So we have connections with all the military installations, so we've got partnerships with all of the bases and their employment transition programs. We have partnerships with a bunch of veteran service organizations across the country. We are a national program, so we have veterans in all 50 states, and we have employers across the country as well. We're partnering with the Veterans Chamber of Commerce, so that's a partnership. They're referring businesses to us. Let's see, what else? We would really, again, the business school would be great. We're also partnering with other, like Perfect Technician Academy is another school that teaches veterans HVAC skills and hones their skills and gets them out into jobs. So companies that are training veterans for specific trades and then want to get them placed right away, those are good contacts for us and good partnerships, because we can match them directly to employers that come through those channels within our program. So those would be great partnerships.
Great question.
Thank you.
I think you've got a friend on either side over there that thinks. You're on the spot. Tell us your name and just throw out an idea.
My name is Benjamin Brady. This is certainly all respectable. I think that there needs to be more incentives for the companies to hire. I don't know.
Awesome. More incentive for the companies to hire.
And there are tax credits, just if you weren't aware, there are tax credits for hiring veterans, depending on how long they've been unemployed or what their status is. It can be anywhere from $2,400 to $9,600.
Fantastic. Thanks, Benjamin. Amy, we'll come back to you in a second, Carol, okay? And then please share your tell us who you are.
I'm Garrett.
Okay, Garrett.
I was wondering, veterans usually have really unique skill sets. What do you do to help readjust that to what most people want, or what's in demand?
So, by the way we translate their military occupations into a skills profile, we're helping them understand and not take for granted the skills that they have. So they're able to see, I'm infantry, because we've been told many times by infantry, I don't have any other skills. I know how to sit in the front lines and hold my gun, and that's it. It's not true. So we help them see the skills that are actually in their job description and the training that they've provided or they've been provided. So it helps them have confidence, and then we teach them to go out and learn how to tell their story. Take that skills profile and learn how to tell an employer how you can create faster results, simpler process, better experience, increase their profits and decrease their spending because of the skills that you as a veteran are bringing to the table. So we're helping them be confident in those skills.
Awesome. Thanks. Brett, you're up, brother.
This is pretty cool. I have a friend in Houston that does something similar, and I just said her text has to connect you to.
Well, tell us your name.
My name is Brett Chambers, and I'm still a little, and I think you explained it, but I'm still a little unclear on how you do the match and how you fund all this.
How I fund it?
Yeah.
That's a good question. We have employers that are paying a subscription fee. So we have 22 employers right now that are using the program. So they're paying a monthly subscription fee, and the service is for you can create an unlimited number of job profiles. Unlike all the other services out there, you can create as many job profiles as you need. You can review a limited number of the matches that come to those job profiles. It's the ones that you want to contact for an interview. You have to unlock their contact information. So that's what your subscription pays for. And depending on your hiring needs, we have 3 different levels for an employer to unlock a specific number of those profiles each month. But that's what the subscription pays for, and that's how we're bringing in revenue right now. Not enough, but we are making some money. So thank you.
Thank you. So Carol, if you would please briefly, and then Amy.
She already answered my question. She already answered my question. Yeah.
Okay, so Carol, you'll wrap up, and we'll take a couple minutes.
I look at what you're trying to do. Like they have, like Siemens, they have some program. What led to some of the veterans, they don't have certification. Some of this community college, I would suggest for some of this community college, they like was doing electrician. If they go to a community, like you look at Fayetteville State Community College, they'll go and get that certification for free. They don't have to pay for anything. You just take the board and all that stuff. And even though they might have experience, but most important thing I would suggest for you IT and all that stuff, they already have those programs for them. You know what I'm saying? So I'll suggest for you to approach some of those, Bank of America, HR, and bring your veterinarian people and say, hey, this is the people I have. But the most important thing for them is to get certification in some of this community college. They don't have to pay for it and all that stuff. They just have to take the exam and all that stuff. The most important thing is certification. They might get that they have experience, but most of companies are looking for certification.
Absolutely, and there is a place for, on the skills profile, to put that certification that they have received on their
But you can
profile.
suggest for them to go to community college. They give them
Yeah.
for free for veterinary. They're free.
That's awesome, yeah, definitely, thank you.
Fantastic, Robyn. I think we already properly mugged you, didn't we? With one we cut when you came before, did we get you a mug?
Yes.
We did. So you've been properly mugged. Thank you, that was awesome. Thank you all very much for that. We have just, we're 30 seconds past. We're trying to keep the train on track and on time, respectful very much.